Hey guys, welcome back to 𝑯𝒂𝒐𝒏𝒕𝒓𝒐𝒍. Today we need for the Roaring Grenade featuring the old Volcanion V card from Chilling Reign with the Dynamite Tackle attack doing 150 extra damage if you have 10 damage counters on this Pokemon with a base 100 damage for only 2 fire and 1 colorless energy. So how do we make this attack work? We have our big sparking Raichu to help us do extra damage to our opponent's Pokemon V cards as well. So this attack actually helps us satisfy Volcanion's damage boost condition. Not only that, we also get to do Angry Fang Entei, dealing 10x damage for each damage counter on all of your bench single strike Pokemon. So if we have a lot of Volcanions on our bench, we actually get to do 50 damage to each Volcanion. If we have 4 copies, we actually get to do 200 damage with our Angry Fang. Later on in the game, we got a lot of switch cards in this deck, 3 Bird Keeper, 1 switch, and 1 escape rope to help us switch Raichu from the active spot and attack with our bench Entei or Volcanion later on. If they knock out our Raichu too early, we can still use Magma Basin to charge up to 2 energies on Entei and switch to attack on the same turn with our Bird Keeper or escape rope. And we also have our setup cards, 4 VIP Pass, 4 Quick Ball, 1 Ultra Ball, 3 Evolution Incense, and also 3 copies of the main attacker, the first attacking card that we need to use, Pikachu and Raichu, 4 copies of Volcanion, and 2 Enteis. We also have our regular support cards, 3 Marnie, 3 Research, 1 Shauna, 1 Cynthia, 2 Schoolgirls, and 2 Raihan for the extra support. So Raihan actually helps us charge up our Volcanion after doing Big Sparking to do 250 damage to collect the knockout. If we did Big Sparking twice, we can actually do 250 with our Volcanion, and also 100 damage to their V cards, VSTAR or VMAX. If they have 100 damage, if they have 10 damage counters on it, if they don't heal their Pokemons, we can actually collect the knockout with 1 250 damage Dynamite Tackle once, and that's enough to collect any knockout to kill any VMAXs with 10 damage counters on it, unless they have a big charm, a Bomber's Nose, stuff like that. So for the energy cards, it's a bit tricky just because we need 2 different types of energy for this deck to work. We have our Aurora Energy, 3 copies, 3 Speed Energy, 1 Basic Lightning, and 6 Basic Fire Energy for our Magma Basin as well. Finally, we have 1 Boss Aura and 1 Keep of Toughness for the extra support. So that's all for the deck list. Let's go for gameplay! Okay, let's go for our first game versus Arceus. They got Arceus deck box. We got actually an Entei coin. They got the old Arceus coin. So we have Entei for our single strike Entei. We have Lightning box, Lightning deck sleeve for our Raichu. And we got Bird Keeper, Escape Rope to start with, but we got no Pikachu, which is quite bad. So they're gonna play Charizard first. They actually have both the V-Stars, so it's gonna be quite difficult to win this. But let's fingers crossed they don't get their Arceus fast enough, or their Basin. If they get the Basin fast, if they discard an energy right now, I'll be pretty depressed. Let's hope they didn't do the energy attachment that early. If they do it too early, we have no chance of winning. So Charizard can do Max Blaze as well. I think we actually have a few more copies of Cape for this deck. So this list is a bit different because it's the early version. The final version is the best, as I keep saying. But the final version is the one that I just reviewed. So the one earlier in this video that I talked about, that's the best, the last upgrade, the final upgrade, and the best version of this deck, which actually only requires 1 Cape of Toughness, because if you have too many, it's not going to do much. I would rather trade those cards for speed, because you know, if you can run through your deck faster, if you can pull out your setup fast and do your big sparking early, and if you can do it at least twice, all you need is 2 times and you're good to go. After that, you just need to attach energy to a Volcanion. You just need to attack with either Entei or Volcanion, and you're good to go. 250 at least minimum damage for each of your Pokemon cards. You can do 300 up to 300 if you have 3 Volcanions on your bench for your Entei Angry Fang, or even more if you have 4 Volcanions. So we got our Bird Keeper, but we can't evolve this turn, so I don't think we're going to use it. Are we going to Escape Rope? I think we have to, though, to draw cards. But what are we going to switch to? Oh, we decided to play a Research. So they actually did the Basin the last turn, which is annoying. They did a Crobat and a Basin. So on their first turn, they attached 2 energies, which is kind of expected though for a Charizard deck. So if they knock out our Pikachu on the next turn before it evolves, it will be pretty depressing. But I actually chose to retreat with our item card and then use the supporter to draw a big hand. So let's get an Entei. We actually chose a Pikachu because we were expecting the Pikachu to get knocked out. That was actually a smarter move, because you have to expect that, right? They have a Basin already in play. They can Ultra Ball, discard Fire energy from their hand, and then attach one switch attack with Raging Flames, I think. I forgot the attack, the VSTAR attack. But Max Blaze is the VSTAR attack, which the VSTAR power, which you only get to use once. The other attack, you get to do 230 damage if you have damage counters on your Charizard. 120 otherwise, I think. Okay, let's get an Entei out. I don't think we need another Volcanion. It's better to get Entei early so they get to attach energy already. If you bench it too late, you can't actually do your... You can't do base in and switch that easily because we only have 5 switch cards in this deck. So never underestimate, you know, the amount of energies you need. Okay, I don't think we need a Bird Keeper. We're just gonna research. We actually got a lot of support cards for this deck, so it doesn't really matter if you discard too many. If you can use a research, might as well discard the Bird Keeper. If you have a Marnie and you want to use a research, which is actually better because Marnie puts your supporter cards at the bottom. So if you don't use an item card to shuffle your deck, you're never gonna get back those supporter cards. So might as well just use a research instead of a Marnie sometimes. Unless your opponent has like a super strong hand. If they drew a lot of prize cards on their last turn, if they are left with a big hand with Intrepid Sword or something like that, or if they search their deck with a big catch, Dream Gift or something. What else can they search their deck with? Togekiss VMAX, whatever, then you have to use a Marnie. You have no choice but to play that card. Okay, here comes, I think that was a double turbo. Yep, it's a, oh my goodness. They're gonna kill us now. They got the air balloon, they're gonna do 180 damage, I think. Claw Slash, 60 damage. They don't need a lot of damage, I forgot. So 100 damage minus 20 from double turbo. And that's enough to kill Pikachu. We don't have the 70 HP one because that's a promo card. I don't own the promo Pikachu, which is the highest HP Pikachu there is. So let's do our lightning energy, speed energy right now. Hope for, we didn't get our Raichu though, that's sad. That's very sad. So now we're left with no damage counters on our bench Volcanion. So sadly for this game, we are not able to pull off big sparking. But that's okay, at least we get to tank damage with our Volcanion. They killed our Pikachu too fast, so we're forced to retreat. Let's just retreat and tank damage with Volcanion right now. Save Pikachu for later, if we need it. We may not even need it at all for this game. Because if they damage us with 200 plus damage, Volcanion is dying if we do a big sparking. We can't afford to do a single hit until Volcanion gets knocked out. Unless we want to be killing our own Pokemon. Sometimes it's actually better to kill your own Pokemon. It really depends on the situation, because if you do that, you can actually prepare for your Entei on the next turn. If it's gonna get knocked out anyways, might as well just do it, right? But you're actually giving your opponent, you know, a faster... You're giving them kind of an extra turn because you're helping them collect their prize card faster. So sometimes it's better not to do that. It really depends. You really have to calculate and consider so many factors. So it's quite difficult to say. And they just took the bait. They damaged our Volcanion, leaving it alive, letting it survive, allowing us to use Angry Fang to collect the knockout. Now they have nothing but a bench Charizard to rely on. They need to evolve the Charizard. They got only one card in their hand. I don't think they did a supporter card on their last turn. So I'm not sure what they have in their hand. If they have a VSTAR, if they have the Arceus VSTAR, they can't search for anything. If they have an Incense, they can't do Arceus VSTAR. So all they need is a Crobat or anything, a Quick Ball for a Crobat. They could have anything in their... That one card is all they need, really. Like an Arceus VSTAR deck, I don't think they're gonna be stuck with a bad hand, right? So let's see what they do. They actually did a knockout this turn. Okay, we got a switch. That means we get to use Basin. I think we can Basin to the Volcanion. Oh, we actually can though. So they have no energies on the bench Pokemon. If we kill the Charizard this turn, if we kill this active Charizard right now, we can actually stop them from attacking. They cannot attack on the next turn. It's impossible unless they do Raihan. Because Basin Oh, they can though. They can do the Charizard VMAX. If they have a VMAX or double turbo on the V card, they don't even need to evolve. So double turbo on the V card with a Basin, they can retreat with Crobat, and they can attack with the Charizard Close Slash. But let's just do our switch this turn. We're gonna make my Basin, Aurora Energy to discard our Fire Energy, Basin to attach the extra energy, and then switch to attack with 250 damage, Dynamite Tackle. So that's the power of switch, isn't it? For a Magma Basin deck, you need a lot of switch. That's why I love my Cast Form, because Cast Form is free energy retreat and it's a fire type as well. So that allows you, you know, your free Basin attachment and also an extra attacker. So now they need only 40 damage, I think. 20 damage, my bad. They just need 20 damage or a Tool Scrapper to kill our active Pokemon. If they have any of those two, if they can pull off any one of those two on the next turn, we're screwed because we have no attackers, we have no damage counters, we have no Entei. We actually get to search for an Entei though, so if they do that, we got 2 prize left, but we can use our Raichu to help us buy a bit more time. If they kill Raichu without a boss, then we have, you know, 1 more turn to spare if they do that. But let's hope, fingers crossed, they don't get their double turbo. All they need is a double turbo on the Charizard. So they attached a fire though. That means they can't attack this turn. Attaching a fire from their hand means they can't attack unless they Raihan. So Raihan is their only hope right now. And they just passed the turn not attacking. Big mistake, we got a boss. That's the end of the game. We're gonna kill the Arceus before it evolves. And we actually won an Arceus Charizard. Look at that. A Charizard V-Star VMAX with Arceus V-Star. We won. Look at that. That's madness, yo. They got quite a bad hand mid-stage of the game. But you shouldn't be, you know, you shouldn't be having a bad hand if you have a good deck, to be honest. Anything can happen, honestly, but it rarely happens if you have a good synergy. If your deck is very fluid, if it's consistent enough, you shouldn't be stuck with a bad hand. We did kind of do a knockout twice in a row though. We did Dynamite Tackle, we did Entei Angry Fang to kill a V card, and then Dynamite Tackle on the next turn for knockout. So if they kill your Volcanion, if they kill any one of our Volcanion with like billions of damage counters on it, then Angry Fang doesn't do as much damage. So that's the weak point of this deck. The main weakness is that they can quite easily boss or kill off your Volcanion. If they do that, Entei is not doing a lot of damage, and you have to set up your damage counters on your next Volcanion all over again with your Raichu. It's gonna be a bit more difficult. You can attack with Volcanion though, that's a good thing. You can actually choose to charge up your Volcanion with your Magma Basin and then 250 damage non-stop with you know, Volcanion after Volcanion. Unless if they do like bench snipes like Urshifu VMAX. I don't think we can win against Rapid Strike Urshifu just because we can't afford to bench a Manaphy. If we play, that's why I don't have a Manaphy in this deck, no copies at all. If we bench a Manaphy, we don't have the space for an extra Pikachu, just in case the first one gets knocked out. Sometimes we may need to bench an extra Pikachu, as you saw earlier in the game, just in case they kill it fast. And if we have an extra Pikachu, we can only have up to 3 Volcanions on the bench, which is the minimum amount that we can afford to play. If we have only 2 copies, it's not going to be good anymore, because we need to do at least 150 damage with our Enteis to start with. Angry Fang 150 is not bad. If we do Magma Basin, we can do 170 damage with Angry Fang, which is, you know, quite decent for a stage 1, for a basic Pokemon. 2 energy attack cost, single strike. It's not bad actually. We're gonna do Quick Ball. Just because we want to be placing damage counters on our Pokemon, we're just gonna reverse attach with our Magma Basin, and we actually get to search for an extra 1. They are not killing our Pokemons that easily, so we're just gonna be confident in searching for another extra copy. Because if we bench a Pikachu, it would be kind of useless. I don't think I don't think it's possible for them to knock out our active right now. So they did a Sydney. They're playing a control deck. Ability lock, we're not playing any abilities, surprisingly. No abilities for our Raichu, Volcanion, Entei deck. None of our Pokemons have any abilities. Single strike. So we get to play Schoolgirl. Let's hope Schoolgirl gets us our Raichu. If we don't get Raichu, we didn't get it. We're gonna be forced to attack with Volcanion, I think. We have to retreat right now, otherwise Pikachu is dying. Let's just attack with Volcanion. If they poison us with the VMAX, we can at least Bird Keeper or like do a double knockout. Yeah, we got Bird Keeper ready to go, so I don't think it's too bad. We're gonna discard Bird. I don't think we need to. If they Marnie us, it's gonna be bad though. So it's always difficult to choose which card to discard from your hand, because you actually have to sacrifice a lot playing so many Quick Balls and so many Aurora Energies. We got 4 copies of each of those cards, so that means you're gonna be forced to discard at least 2 copies from your hand. 2 cards from your hand almost every turn, which is a bit sickening. Unless you get your basic energies. Or if you can pull off your VIP pass, you may not need to play your Quick Ball at all. They just played an Avery, which is horrible. So we're just gonna discard the Pikachu, which is quite a surprise. I didn't expect myself to do that, but oh well. No Pikachu means we actually are expecting them to hit our Volcanion with Slowking, and maybe Bird Keeper at just the right time, I don't know. So they confused us, which is not good. I think we're just gonna flip the coin here. If we can do 50 damage, that would be good. If we do 30 damage to ourselves, it's not too bad as well, because we're helping us gain the damage boost condition later on. So I think we're just gonna research here. Raihan could help us later, but I think it's fine. I don't think we need it. So for this list, we only have 1 copy of Raihan, just so you guys know. This game is one of the earlier games, and you know, before the final update. Oh, we actually have 2 Raihans, my bad. So this is actually one of the final ones. Oopsie. I thought we had 1 Raihan. Okay, we're gonna base into our Volcanion probably, because we have energy cards in our hand. But which Volcanion? Well, it doesn't matter, does it? Okay, we're gonna flip the coin. We got a Tails. Oh well. Okay. I've actually seen people play Blissey with 𝘿𝐻𝑝𝑟n, which is actually quite smart, because if you're Natural Cure, 𝘿𝐻𝑝𝑟n Natural Cure, you actually get to attack without the confusion, which is quite cool actually. Concoction to draw 3 cards, discarding a Clara. Okay, we're gonna do switch. Maybe. Are we gonna do that? Maybe attach the energy to a Volcanion and then research. I have no idea what to do here. We should be saving Raihan though, that's our last copy. I don't think Raihan is doing much, because we need damage counters on Volcanion to do something. So this is definitely a very tricky game. It's very difficult to pull off a 1-hit knockout now, or even 250 damage. Maybe we should get another Pikachu. Should we do a Marnie or a research? Time's running out. We're just gonna switch and then do our Heat Blast on the active. Touch the lightning so that we get to do Magma Basin with our research, because we actually have no energy on the discard pile right now, so research would actually fit in quite nicely. If we can do Basin, oh, we actually chose to save the Raihan. If we can do Basin this turn, I don't think Raihan is going to help out much, because it's better to do Basin than Raihan. And they actually blocked off our tool card. So Tool Jammer, they got so many control cards. Crushing Hammer, Tool Jammer, Sydney, Weezing. I think they're actually playing the attack, the Slowking's basic attack. I forgot what it's called again. I forgot what the attack is called, but during your opponent's next turn, you know, at the end of your opponent's next turn, their active Pokemon is knocked out. If they don't switch, if they don't evolve, then it's knocked out. Okay, they're gonna get the VMAX. They actually have a VMAX on the bench, I think. Oh, it's a V card, my bad. So they're gonna evolve this turn, and then poison us. If they have a Galarian, we have no, we only have 2 copies of the Stadium card. So if we don't get a Stadium on the next turn, we can't retreat. And I don't think we want to be retreating because we run off our switch cards. I don't think we have any more switch cards item in the deck. We want to be attacking with the active because we can do 250 for the knockout. So let's just do a double knockout right here. Collect 3 prize and force them to collect only 2. But we are passing the turn though. That means they actually get to start off the next turn after the prize draw. So if they do a Raihan, they can actually catch up to us price card wise. Okay, we got Raichu. Not sure if that's gonna help, but let's just do it right now. It's definitely gonna help later on though, right? Because this one's getting knocked out. We can't rely on this Volcanion anymore. And our next Volcanion is actually quite weak without damage counters on it. It's only doing 100 damage for 3 energies for a V card is not good. 100 damage is very, very weak. It cannot knock out a 1 prize card even. Stage 1 prize. It can knock out the baby basics though. The worthless Pokemons, but not really worthless. Like Manaphy does a lot. Manaphy has the super strong ability, so not every Pokemon are worthless. Okay, they play another Avery, which is horrible. We're just gonna discard Entei here. I don't think we need Entei. We need our energy cards, so the Pokemons with energies attached are precious. Don't waste your energy cards, because we only have a limited amount of Magma Basins in this deck, not many. So whenever we get to use it, treasure them. Don't, you know, they are precious. Don't waste your energy attachments. Okay, we're gonna do Big Sparking maybe. If we do Big Sparking right now, I think it's better, because that way we get to Bird Keeper the next turn. They can't even knock us out though. If they poison, severe poison is not gonna knock us out unless if they retreat to the Weezing. My bad. If they retreat to the Slowking, then they can kill the Raichu, because Raichu is actually 130 HP. So passing 2 turns, poison is not gonna do anything. It's not enough. We got Raihan ready to go for the next Volcanion, but they got 4 prize left. So if they kill the Raichu somehow on the next turn, they just need to kill a Volcanion and an Entei. We have 3 prize left. We just need to somehow one-hit KO the Slowking after doing Big Sparking is doing damage as well. So if they don't heal Slowking after our first Big Sparking, we just need 260 or 270 damage to kill off the Slowking. 270 is a lot though, because we don't actually have enough Volcanions to do Angry Fang with. Angry Fang needs a lot of Volcanions to do 200 plus damage. If you don't have enough, you can't actually do more than 200. You still need to strike twice though. You can't do more than 100 damage. You need to strike more than 1 time with your Raichu. Otherwise, you can't, you know, you can't do high damage with your Entei. Okay, we're gonna do Big Sparking. Our first hit. First hit of the game though. And we actually didn't damage the Slowking because of Manaphy. I totally forgot about Water Veil. They have that 1 copy on the bench protecting their Slowking and Crobat from our Big Sparking Raichu. So we did nothing but damage our own Pokemon, which is actually a good thing for us. They're poisoning. Are they gonna retreat? If they retreat to Slowking, I think Volcanion is done for. So let's hope they don't retreat or switch. If they retreat, they need a hiding energy though, right? Because Air Balloon's not gonna work. So they actually pass the turn not switching. No Bird Keeper, no switch, no Escape Rope, thank god. Escape Rope is not gonna help though, because we're just gonna put forth a Pikachu or Raichu. So are we gonna do Dynamite or are we gonna do Angry Fang? If we attack passing the turn, we're gonna waste our Volcanion. So it's better to just retreat, save it on the bench, force them to use a boss order the next turn to find their boss order. If they don't get the boss, we can attack the Slowking with our Entei. I think we should be retreating to Raichu though. If we retreat to Entei, if we attack with Entei right now, then we're gonna waste that card. We have no more Entei, we have no more Volcanions. They forced us to discard with our Avery. So they discarded our remaining copies with Avery, so that means we have to conserve the number of our attackers, available attackers. And we can't use another big Sparking, so we're just gonna kill the Weezing with our Raichu. We can use Thunderbolt for 180 damage. So severe poison is not gonna kill us. If they kill us with a Weezing, we're actually forcing them to attack with that Slowking. Sorry. If they kill us with a Slowking, we're actually forcing them to pull out their Slowking into the active spot so that we get to attack the Slowking with our Entei, and then collect the knockout with the Volcanion. So their only hope is a boss switch or a switch. If they attack with Weezing, we're just gonna collect the knockout with a Raichu. Doing a double knockout, sending forth another Raichu, I suppose. Our second Raichu. Yeah, I think that's okay, right? Because if we pass the turn attacking with this Raichu, then we are killing ourselves with the poison. But that's still okay as long as if we put, our non-attackers forth. We just need to put forth our Pikachu. But I decided to damage the Slowking with my Entei this turn. That's actually taking the opportunity. We could actually do our Thunderbolt on the VMAX, but if we do that, we're killing off Raichu though. So it's better to save that one prize, block our opponent from collecting an extra prize card by doing our Entei instead of Raichu. So let's evolve. We actually get to do Angry Fang for 200 plus damage. 250, look at that, for a basic Pokemon, one prize, 2 energies, Magma Basin as well. And they're stuck. They have to pull out a second Slowking, another Slowking on the bench, and attack with the second one. That's actually their third one though. They have to attack with the third Slowking. So killing that is not going to do anything because we got our Volcanion ready to go. We got a Bird Keeper. We're going to do 250 damage this turn. We're not going to do our Angry Fang Entei. We're going to do our Magma Basin Bird Keeper for 250 damage because we actually get to do it. Angry Fang only does RN10 damage, so we're not going to do that. We're going to Dynamite Tackle for the win, collecting 3 prize, killing a VMAX, a second VMAX, Slowking for the win. Look at that. We won with Volcanion Raichu. A rogue ass deck. I mean, Raichu for Volcanion, unheard of. A combo unlike any other. Raichu does a double, it does 2 jobs at the same time. Damage your opponent's V card and help you satisfy Volcanion's extra condition. But you need 2 strikes though, and also if they play a Menifee, it's kind of like it does only one thing. So you have to fingers crossed your opponent don't play any Menifees if you want to be hitting that extra bonus 50 damage on their V cards. If you hit a Crobat, it's not going to do anything because if you can boss a Crobat, it's probably dead the next turn. Unless you can actually do a Crobat knockout for only 1 big Sparking. So if they have a Crobat on the bench, if you have 3 Volcanions, for example, on your bench, you can do up to 150 with your Angry Fang, which is actually not enough to kill the Crobat, unless if you did your big sparking 50 damage on your last turn. 150 plus 50 is just right to kill off the Crobat. We got 2 VIP Pass and 3 Volcanion Vs on the bench. This is like a really good hand. This is probably the best hand ever. And they're playing a Sobble, Inteleon, the most broken tech ever, shady dealings, quick shooting, and the most bland, tasteless deck ever. There's no color to it, there's no creativity, it's just psychopathic. Psychopaths use Inteleon, I would say. Psychopaths use Inteleon because they don't care about feeling. They don't care about colors. It's not about colors, it's about winning. It's all about winning, that's it. So we chose not to discard our Fire Energy just because we don't have a lot of basins. So never expect your basin to show up too early. You have to set up, you need a few turns to set up your damage counters. So you don't actually need your basin that early. So don't discard your Fire Energy. While you're doing your big sparking, attach from your hand those Fire Energies to your bench. Prepare them to attack. If you discard too early and if you don't get your basin at the same time, you're not going to be able to attach from the hand. Enough energy cards to satisfy the attack cost. You got a Raihan too early as usual. I mean, playing 2 copies is kind of a bad deal, but we don't have a choice because we only get to fit in as much as 2 basins in this deck. If we play 3 basins, I don't think it's that good anymore. So 2 basin and 2 Raihan is kind of the magic number. But for some reason, if you play 2 Raihans in any deck, they always show up too early. If you play 1 Raihan, it's like the perfect number. If you have like just the right ratio of supporter cards, if you have the regular 14 or 12 to 14 copies of supporter cards to draw, the draw support supporter, then 1 copy of Raihan is ideal. But if you have 12 to 14 supporter cards for your draw support, playing 2 Raihan is not going to be good. So there's always a trade-off, I suppose. The reason we are playing 2 Raihan is just for us to rack up extra energies for Dynamite Tackle early on, right after Raichu gets knocked out. Raihan doesn't help with the damage counters though, so that means if you can manage 2 strikes of big sparking, then Raihan is going to help you a lot. It's going to help you out to charge up your Volcanion after Volcanion, because you can do Magma Basin on your bench while doing a Raihan, attacking with your active. And all you need to do is Bird Keeper on your next turn. You need to put forth a different active Pokemon, Magma Basin on your bench, attach an energy from your hand, and then, if you already Basin on your last turn, you got that extra 3rd energy attached already. And that means you got 3 energy attached in a single turn. You just need a Bird Keeper to attack with that bench Volcanion. So they're playing Obstagoon, the Fusion Strike 1, plus that 1 copy of the basic block, the Obstruct Obstagoon. So block all damage from, ignore all effects of damage as well, I think, and damage done to this Pokemon by basic Pokemon, your opponent's basic Pokemon. So we're attacking with basic Entei and basic Volcanion. We're not attacking with Raichu. We're going to be forced to kill off that Obstagoon with our stage 1 Thunderbolt Raichu if they do obstruct too early. So we're just going to do big sparking first because 90 damage is not enough. If they got the Zigzagoon though, I don't think it's smart. We're just going to attack with our Volcanion and then bait them to damage us. If they damage us, we can actually do 250 to knock out the Obstagoon later. So let's just bait them, put forth our Volcanion. It can do 100 damage, which is not bad against a 1-price deck. And if they somehow damage us, we can retreat to our Entei, Aurora Energy for Magma Basin, and then attack with Angry Fang, all on the same turn. But we need a switch and a basic fire. If we don't get a switch, plus a fire energy on the next turn with our schoolgirl, we're not going to be able to pull it off. I don't think they can do Merciless Strike this turn though, so are they going to pull off? If they attack with Obstagoon on our active Volcanion without a boss order, I don't think they can pull off boss this turn. They're gonna need to damage the Raichu. They need 10 more damage. They should have placed the 10 damage. They should have placed that 1 damage counter on Raichu, because 90 damage is not quite enough to kill it, and they should be quite wary of our stage 1, because it can actually do Thunderbolt for a Obstagoon knockout. So that's our only hope to deal with that Obstagoon, other than our boss order Escape Rope. Escape Rope is kind of like sweeping the problem under the carpet though. You're not really solving the problem, you're just delaying the problem. Unless if you Escape Rope and boss on the same turn. If you boss same thing without Escape Rope, you need to do both together. If you don't have those two in your hand, you can't solve that obstruct issue, because they can keep blocking every single turn and you're stuck. There we go, they did their first obstruct, which is perfect. Just the right time, we got our Bird Keeper, save our energies on Volcanion. We actually get to do Dynamite Tackle, but that's gonna do 0 damage. We have to be aware that Volcanion is doing 0 damages because it's a basic Pokemon. So we are forced to do our Raichu Thunderbolt instead of our Big Sparking. So this is a very different game indeed, because they're playing a 1 prize, they're not playing an UV card, so Big Sparking is not going to do any damage to them. Big Sparking is only going to help us prepare our Volcanion to do extra damage, prepare our Entei to do a lot later on, but we don't actually need to do that anymore. Considering we already have 12 damage counter on our Volcanion, we just need to attack with the first Dynamite Tackle, maybe? I think we should be doing at least 1 more Big Sparking though. If we do 1, we can kill off a stage 2 with 1 Entei. If we don't do 1, we can't kill the stage 2, right? Unless if we Magma Basin enough times. We got 12 damage count, 13, my bad. 13 damage counters now. So we are forced to do Thunderbolt, discarding all energies on Raichu, which is not good. So no energy means we can't retreat that easily. We don't have that many switch cards in this deck. We do have 5 copies though. 5 is actually more than the usual number. Usually I would have 3 copies of switch cards in my deck, but the ideal copy is 4. If you have 2 Bird Keeper, 1 Switch, 1 Escape Rope, that's like the ideal case. If you play 1 prize deck, you get your Scoop Up Net. You can use a Scoop Up Net for double the effect, recycle your ability and switch at the same time, or one or the other. It is an optional card, kind of like your 𝓡𝓸𝓪𝓻𝓲, but it's an item card. More versatile than that, of course, right? Okay, we're gonna do our Bird Keeper the next turn, and then attack with probably the Volcanion, because we can't do. It's not enough to kill. Yeah, we're forced to do the Volcanion. So we're gonna do a research here. We actually got an energy, which is not good. They gave us a training card though. That means we get to retrieve the fire energy. We should have attached Aurora. I don't know why I attached a fire energy, because if we are retrieving with energy, if we are retrieving energy from the discard pile with training card, we should be attaching our Aurora energy so that we get to at least leave 1 inside the discard pile for Magma Basin later on. We should be getting an Entei though. We haven't done a Big Sparking. We haven't done our Raichu hasn't attacked yet. But that's okay, we got 3 prize already. They got 1 prize, my bad. They already drew 1 prize for a Raichu knockout. Merciless Strike to kill off Raichu. So no more Obstagoon Obstruct. They can quite easily rot it back, or maybe play another copy inside the deck, you never know. They got the other Zigzagoon in play, which is quite silly. Paralyze their opponent's Pokemon if you flip a heads. Lick. Are they gonna paralyze us? We got our Bird Keeper ready to go. Unless if they play a Marnie. Marnie is so annoying. They always happen to have that card at the right time. Especially for a meta deck, like the latest meta, Arceus VSTAR. If you play the latest card, they always give you Marnie at just the right time. Like, you have no idea how often that happens. It's almost like someone downloaded a cheating software. I'm pretty sure there's something out there that allows you to, you know, what do you call that? That allows you to mess with the algorithms. It allows you to, what's it called again? What's the word? Manhandle, dismantle the system. Okay, I'm losing my words. Sorry, guys. But I'm pretty sure there's like a, you know, some kind of dark software out there in the black market, in the black Poke market, that does that. But let's hope people are honest and, you know, playing with legal means. Otherwise, this game is no longer a game. This game is no longer fun anymore because everyone is already decided who is the winner and who is the loser. If you choose to cheat in a game, then you're no longer playing a game. You're no longer involved in... You're no longer a player. You essentially forfeit just to have an indefinite win. I mean, whoever cheats, they themselves know, right? It doesn't really matter. But I don't think there's a lot of cheaters out there, to be honest. It takes a lot to cheat though, because you have to like... You have to hide your account, you have to cover your tracks. It takes a lot of work, but I don't really think it's that much of a... I don't think it's that much of a challenge because there are so many softwares out there that allows you to do so much. So it's really possible. It's definitely possible. But I don't think... I would like to hope that not a lot of people actually does that. So Dynamite Tackle 100 damage, kill off the Zigzagoon, we actually get an extra prize. So now we just need 2 more attacks. We just need to worry about doing 2 more stage 2 knockouts. I think we ran out of our boss. Do we have an escape rope, so we can actually do escape rope to avoid killing a stage 2, because we can't actually kill anything with our Entei. We're forced to attack with Dynamite Tackle. If they boss our bench Volcanion, then we are forced to attack with Dynamite Tackle. I don't think we played our boss yet, so we just need to boss escape rope to avoid killing any stage 2s throughout the entire game. Because they got a Drizzile and a Sobble. If they don't evolve either of the one, then we're gonna target both the water type Pokemons on the bench and collect the last 2 prizes that way. They're probably gonna evolve everything this turn though. They got 11 cards left in the deck, so I don't see them not doing anything this turn. If they research, they can evolve everything. They actually didn't use a rare candy. Look at that. That means we are surviving this turn. Unless if they do, they have a hiding energy though, so that means they can retreat to a bench Obstagoon if they have the rare candy. They got 1 last rare candy, I'm pretty sure. They evolved so many stage 2s, they got 1 last rare candy. So that's the bad thing of playing a stage 2 with your Inteleon. I don't think it actually works that well. I don't know what's the hype about all this Obstagoon decks, but it's trash, to be honest. It's just not good. Obstagoon doesn't work. Okay. Shady dealings for a rare candy, probably. They need incense, rare candy. They need so much. Marnie is not gonna help them. They need to do research. They need a basic energy as well. Oh, they got training cord, right? Training cord is gonna help them a lot. So instead of energy search, they have training cord. That's quite smart, isn't it? Because if your opponent don't play stadium cards, you get to keep recycling. We have our stadium cards though. We have 1 more copy of our Magma Basin. So if we get it, we should be disrupting them. We should be playing our stadium as fast as possible. Removing that extra resource from the field. so that we get to bind them even more. So they gave us a Zigzagoon, which is quite stupid. Now we can actually collect the last knockout quite easily. If they boss though, we still need actually... Oh, we got an escape rope, that should be fine, right? Unless if they do a rare candy and a stage 2 evolution. So if they evolve both... Oh my goodness, they did they shuffled back the Obstagoon. So they're doing the other Obstagoon this turn. That means Volcanion is not doing anything. We're forced to attack with Raichu. If they bench a Zigzagoon, they can actually kill out the Raichu with a boss. Are they gonna get boss? They did a research though. Okay, they got a boss for the next turn. Oh, we got an escape rope. We don't need to deal with the Obstagoon because we got an escape rope. So we already won this turn. We won on this turn because of the escape rope. That's the end. Thank God, we actually saved ourselves because they couldn't pull out their Obstagoon evolution for 2 turns. They gave us 2 turns without an Obstagoon. And that's the end. 2 extra prize is all we need. I don't think they have the luxury to, you know, delay that long. So Obstagoon, bye-bye, it's not gonna do anything. It's over. I think they were like... They're trying to analyze all the possible ways to win the game, but it's not possible anymore. It's impossible. It's over. It's over and done with. That's the end. You got Dynamite Tackle, 250 damage. Nothing can survive that Volcanion. Not a 1 prize. VSTAR, if you have a choice belt, you can actually do 280 to kill a VSTAR. So choice belt for Volcanion is actually a lot though. You need so many support, so many extra cards inside your deck. You can't play your Cape of Toughness if you do choice belt, so it's actually a trade-off. It's better to have one or the other just in case your opponent plays, you know, if your opponent plays VSTAR, you can still use your, you can attach your choice belt. If your opponent don't play any VSTAR, if they play like 1 price decks that hit high damage, then you should be attaching your Cape of Toughness. So if you play like 2 copies of each tool card, that would be like the ideal case for your Volcanion to do a lot. But we don't actually have the space for any of the tool cards. That's why we only play 1 Cape in this deck. 1 Cape just because we want to be fitting Entei and our more copies of Raichu so that we get to do it early. If we don't have 3 copies of the Raichu line, then we can't actually pull out Big Sparking early on in the game, which is actually more important than anything else. It's like our first attacker. If we don't do it fast enough, is the end. So we got VIP pass too late. This is a very late start. They actually got a bad hand as well. They had to Skyla for a Sonia. We're doing 0 damage with Angry Fang, but we're preparing the energies for later on though. They're gonna do Shadow Ripper for 110 damage, which is not exactly enough. So we should be aware of not using our Heat Tackle. Heat Tackle can do 120, a decent amount of damage, knocking out the Liepard with 2 hits. But if we attack it on the next turn, they're gonna collect the knockout. They're gonna kill off our Entei with Shadow Ripper because we are doing damage to our own Pokemon. So Heat Tackle forces you to do 30 damage to itself. Entei is, you know, taking recoil damage. Oh, they're playing Shaymin VSTAR. Shaymin with Leafeon. So hence the grass energy. They got grass energy. They got Liepard though. Why is Liepard there? Probably for the tool discard. Why would they need to discard the tool? I suppose for the VMAX. I think it's better to play Tool Jammer though, right? They could have one of each though. 1 Liepard, 1 Tool Jammer in their deck. And oftentimes if you play 1 copy of those cards like a Crobat or Lumineon, they always show up way too early as your first active. Like the game always screws you over like that. I don't know why I attached to the active. I should have attached to the bench. I think I was preparing to retreat, but we got so many switch cards in this deck. I don't think it's wise to do that. But we actually chose to. Oh well. We're not gonna attack this turn because Shadow Ripper can kill us. We're just gonna get... We're gonna discard a switch card maybe. We got a Marnie. We should be discarding our energy card. Let's just get our Pikachu. If we get Pikachu, we just need to bench Volcanion later. I don't think it's that difficult. We got 4 copies. Marnie is probably going to get us at least 1. We got 4 quick balls as well. Marnie is probably get us... I'm pretty sure Marnie is going to get us 2 copies. I'm just saying it's quite likely. We have all 4 inside the deck, none in the prize card. So Volcanion is going to be quite easy to pull it out the next turn, I'm pretty sure. We do have 36 cards left in the deck though, you never know. But I'm optimistic. If we could pull off the VIP pass on the first turn, we would have done our Volcanion bench so much easier. We would have evolved Raichu so much faster. So let's just switch and then Bird Keeper. No, my bad. Switch and Marnie instead of playing a Bird Keeper, because Marnie draws us 5 cards. We have to bench a lot. We have to get Aurora Energy for our Raichu to do enough. So we got Speed Energy. We got 1 Volcanion and a Speed. That means we get to draw 2 more cards with our Speed Energy. So that's the power of your special Lightning. We got 1 extra Volcanion. That's great. Now we get to do Big Sparking for 150 on our opponent's end and 100 damage on our own Pokemon. Volcanion takes 50 for each copy. Okay, now Liepard is still gonna be able to attack. They're probably gonna attack until it almost dies. Shaymin V-STAR is not gonna be able to heal all of their Pokemon because they're playing Dark type as well. So Liepard is not gonna be recovering from damage, but Leafeon and Shaymin actually gets to recover. So Big Sparking is gonna be reversed. The effect, the damage we are doing to their Pokemon, to their grass Pokemon, is gonna be reversed at some point. So we can't actually rely on those damage, but that's fine because we are actually hitting the weakness. If they have a Snow Leaf Badge though, Snow Leaf Badge is gonna help them protect the Leafeon V-STAR or VMAX from weakness. So the Leafeon is gonna be a bit more difficult to kill if they are playing that tool card. And we're forced to do a second Raichu. We can't actually do the Raichu, we're stuck. We got no energies. We should have attached the fire to our Volcanion, but we got greedy. I was actually expecting to get either Aurora Energy or Lightning Basic, but we got nothing. If we could hit another time, that would be grand, but Raichu got stuck. So here comes a Celebi. They actually chose to keep Raichu alive because it actually has 2 energy retreat. They were expecting us not to play a Bird Keeper or something. We have a lot of switch cards in this deck, that's fine. But I'm actually hoping to do another hit with our Raichu. We got our Aurora Energy from the top deck, which is quite annoying because if we got it on the last turn, we could have done a Big Sparking much earlier. Oh well. So we got a cape. We're just gonna attach the cape to one of our Volcanions. We're gonna remove our evolution card, and then we actually decided to cape the Entei, which is actually a silly move, I would say. If we do it on the Entei though, we can prevent it from being knocked out easy. Oh, we actually chose to... my bad. We chose to keep it in our hand. We don't have to decide whether to attach to Entei or Volcanion this turn. We can choose to decide later. So here comes the Star Bloom. I actually did not expect them to use that ability at all, but they did it. They did it this turn. Star Bloom for 100 damage, 200 damage recovery on both V-STAR and VMAX. And they did a judge on us. Oh my goodness, that's bad. We gotta research though, that's fine. Okay. Celebi Line Force, Celebi VMAX probably. So the Chilling Reign /back Celebi is not really that good. It doesn't do enough damage for a knockout. This one does more damage, but it doesn't have the Leaflet Dance. So it really depends on what type of deck you want to be building. If you want to be using the Leaflet Dance to attach energy faster, then Chilling Reign Celebi is going to help out a lot more. We already checked just now that we have no evolution card. We should have just discarded the Pikachu with a quick ball, but oh well. Okay, we got a basin. We're just gonna attach the basin, attach our fire energy to our Cape of Toughness Volcanion. Oh, we chose to attach to our Entei, my bad. We're gonna prepare our Volcanion. We got a lot of energy cards left in the deck. We gotta research for the next turn. We're just gonna search our deck to see what we have. 2 Raihans, 2 fire energy. I don't think it's too bad. We're probably gonna get a fire from our prize card, an energy card, or lightning at least. Come on, an energy please. Oh my god, we got nothing. So, I'm quite scared right now because we got 2 energies left inside the deck. We need 2 more knockouts somehow. We can Magma Basin Bird Keeper though. Oh, I forgot about that. Yeah, if they don't Marnie us, we get to do Magma Basin to Entei, and then Bird Keeper for 200 damage. 200 damage is enough to kill anything. Unless they play a Snowleaf Badge. So that badge is gonna save them a lot. But they can't even attack with the Leafeon yet. They need an extra energy. So they need to do a energy switch or something. They actually discarded from the active. That was quite silly. So I don't think they're gonna kill off the active right now. They're probably gonna boss order something. They discarded energy from the active and then boss order something else probably. So Shadow Ripper is actually not enough to kill off the Volcanion. What are they gonna need to, you know, attack with? If they attack with Shaymin, they have to attack with Shaymin though, right? Yeah, 180 damage. Oh, it's actually more than that. 40 extra damage. I mean, 200 damage. Shaymin is doing 200 damage. So they actually attacked with Liepard, which is actually which is not a smart move. If they attack with Shaymin though, they can't attack with any other thing. They could have attached the energy to the Leafeon, right? If they attach energy to the Leafeon and attack with Shaymin, then they could collect 2 prize this turn and then another 2 prize on the next turn with another boss. They need another boss though. Another boss with Grass Knot doing so much damage to our Volcanion. They can kill off the Volcanion quite easily. 150 damage. 180, my bad. So they actually attack with Shadow Ripper, leaving that Volcanion alive. They had no choice but to attack with Shaymin, if I'm not... Like, I'm pretty sure they had no choice but to attack with Shaymin. Leaving our Volcanion alive is so bad though. Because we now get to attack with 2 Enteis and an extra Volcanion. They're giving us so many attackers now. We got 2 remaining prize cards. We just need to boss any of their V cards, kill it off with a Dynamite Tackle or Angry Fang. Whatever they kill is gonna be impossible now, because if we have an Entei on the bench with 11 damage counters, we can still use Angry Fang for our second Entei to do up to 230 damage with our fire type, dealing twice the damage against the Shaymin VSTAR. So 230 is enough, 130 is enough. So I don't think they stand a good chance playing a grass deck unless they have a weakness guard. The only weakness guard for grass decks is a Snowleaf Badge. Or a Chandelier. I keep saying that card, but that's like the only option for now. Until Astral Radiance, we have our 𝑪𝒏𝒕𝒓𝒐𝒍 Astral Radiance on the next set, protecting all of your Pokemon from weakness, any type from weakness. If you have Azelf and Uxie in play. So you need all the 3 Lake Guardians to activate 𝑪𝒏𝒕𝒓𝒐𝒍's ability to protect all of your Pokemon from weakness. So if they play Avery Collapse Stadium, that 𝑪𝒏𝒕𝒓𝒐𝒍 is not going to do much. The ability is going to be completely shut down because you need so much bench space. You need an extra bench spot for your additional attacker. You need 3 free bench spots for that one ability to work. So it's actually going to be quite difficult to pull off. But the ability is quite broken though, because it protects all of your Pokemon. Can you imagine? No weakness. That means Urshifu VMAX does not have weakness. Dragapult does not have weakness. Gengar does not have weakness. You can do so much with those. And I don't think you need a lot of Houndooms for a Gengar deck, but yeah, it's a Psychic type though, so that means you don't get to play Eternatus. If it's a Dark type ability, you get to play Eternatus and, you know, expand your bench Pokemon up to 8. But you only have 5 bench spots, and that means you have 2 additional attackers. If you play a Gengar, you need your supporting Houndooms. I don't think you're able to bench 3 Pokemons. I don't think you have the space for 3 extra Pokemon on the bench, because you need another Gengar as well. 2 Houndooms, 2 Gengars, and you don't have, you know, you can't bench 3 Lake Spirits. Okay, we're gonna get our Pikachu. Oh, we got a Volcanion. I forgot, sorry guys. This is a post-recorded audio. I forgot about what decision I made. But this is definitely me playing the game, so don't be fooled guys. This is me playing the game, I just forgot what decisions I made. Okay. They're playing a Cramorant VMAX with Cryogonal. So the old Little Dark Furies deck, Cryogonal with a stage of VMAX is not really that good. Like, you need your Evolution Incense, you need your Breeder, something to evolve your Pokemons fast. You're not going to be able to attach much energy with your Element Chain. I would rather do a double turbo, to be honest. Element Chain only allows you to attach basic energy though, so it doesn't work for double turbo. If I would build a Cramorant VMAX deck, I would do double turbo and Melanie. I don't think it needs a Cryogonal, because you have to pass the turn attaching your energy, giving your opponent the chance to boss your Cramorant on the bench. If they boss early, you're not gonna be able to do anything. If you don't get enough energies from the top deck, you can't attach fast enough to do, you know, to make a big difference, because Cramorant VMAX needs a lot of energies because you're flipping coins. If you flip 7 coins, you're quite likely to get 4 tails, and 3 heads is not enough to kill a VMAX. You need at least 4 heads to kill a VMAX with 1 hit. So Cramorant needs like at least 8 or 9 energies, and Cryogonal is not going to be enough. It's not going to be fast enough against your meta Gengar and all of those decks. But let's see if they are fast enough against our Volcanion Rogue deck. We are actually setting up slowly, and we haven't even got our first hit yet. We have to do big sparking early, fast. If we don't do it fast, we're done. They actually are setting up pretty slowly, so we don't need to be too worried yet, I don't think. So we're forced to pass the turn because we can't do anything else. We have to get a Bird Keeper or something to do big sparking. It is weak towards, it's a flying type, so we can hit the weakness if we do a boss. We can hit the weakness if they attack. If they kill off our Volcanion right now, we can big sparking for 100 damage. But let's hope Volcanion stays alive, because they're gonna draw 2 extra prize early on. If they attack, okay, they pass the turn not attacking, that's good. Okay, thank God. They are actually quite greedy though, because they are trying to get as much energy as possible. I think they are waiting for the Glimwood Tangle, probably. Okay, we're gonna attach our Aurora Energy. We don't have a switch just yet, so we're just gonna do Heat Tackle. Oh, we actually did our Raichu and pass the turn, not attacking. We don't have a switch card, we're stuck. Volcanion is stuck in the active spot. I don't think we can avoid the knockout. And they did another Element Chain, oh my goodness. Okay, we're gonna do our second Raichu. Okay, we got the Air Balloon, so this deck is a bit different. This is one of the earlier versions. We got one air balloon, two bird keepers, one switch, one escape rope for this list. So still five, a total of 5 switch cards, the same number, but just different type of switch cards. Okay, we're gonna base into Entei, prepare it to attack after the big sparking. So we're gonna big spark the 3 Cramorants on the bench, 3 Volcanions as well. So that's 150 on both players' side. They're not hitting our bench, so we don't need to worry. No Kyogre, fingers crossed. I don't think they're playing that card. If they play a Kyogre, we are so done. So Element Chain only works if you play a water energy, because the attack requires a water energy cost. If you play any other types, it's going to be a bit more difficult to pull off that attack, unless if you work out the ratio. For example, if you have like more water energies, a lot more water than your fire or fighting energy, or like even numbers. Okay, they killed off the Raichu. We're gonna do a second hit with our big sparking, because it's not quite enough to kill off the Cramorant with our Entei. So Entei is not doing enough. Volcanion is not able to do 250. So we are forced to do a second time Raichu. They have 8 energies on the first VMAX, only 3 energies on the next one. So let's be aware. We have to be aware that Cramorant can actually do Spit Shot for 3 energies. They can evolve Memory Capsule for Spit Shot as well. So always be prepared for that. Memory Capsule. And if they do Spit Shot, they can actually kill off one of our Volcanions, because it has 120 HP remaining. If we cape that one though, 150, oh my goodness, it has 150 HP remaining. So we should have caped the other one, because that would actually add the HP to 170, right? So if they Spit Shot the Volcanion, we're done. If they have a Memory Capsule on the second Cramorant, because they have to evolve. If they don't evolve, we're gonna kill them much easier, right? So if they have a Memory Capsule on the second Cramorant VMAX, they can kill off our bench. If they're smart enough, kill off our bench Volcanion, and we can't actually attack. We can't knock out the Cramorant VMAX that easily. We can do a Raihan though. Raihan for a Magma Basin, and we can do 220 damage, which is just right to kill off the VMAX, I think. 320 HP, right? I'm not too sure though. Yeah, I think it's 320. So we just need a Basin. If they knock out our bench Volcanion, we're just gonna charge up our next one, get it ready to go. I think we actually have a second cape for this list. We couldn't play a Raihan because we have no discarded fire. Yeah, we have a second cape. So we don't have that many Raihans, but we have a second cape for this list. And we did 320 damage, raw damage with our Entei. Look at that. A basic single strike doing 300 plus damage. Crazy, crazy. Okay, now we just need to kill one more VMAX and that's it. They're forced to attack with that VMAX though. They should have been smarter. They should have did a Spit Shot. If they did a Spit Shot though, they're gonna be forced to do Element Chain all over again, because you have to discard all energies attached to your Cramorant. But they have a Melanie, right? If they do Melanie double turbo, they can still use Spit Shot a second time. All they need is double Spit Shot though, right? Double Spit Shot to kill 2 Volcanions on the bench. So if they were smart enough, they would have done that. But I don't think it's good enough though. Because Entei, if they Spit Shot the Volcanion, we can kill it with the Entei. If they Spit Shot the Entei, we can knock it out with Volcanion. And if they use the other Cramorant for another Spit Shot, They're gonna need double turbo. I don't think they have double turbo for a water deck because it doesn't fit in with your Cryogonal. And if they don't double turbo, they're done, right? We just need a boss for our final 2 prize, or even we got 3 prize left, so that means we just need 1 prize knockout. Unless if they evolve the VMAX. In which case we just need a basin for 2 extra damage counters, and we get to kill the VMAX with either Angry Fang 220 damage or Dynamite Tackle 250. So even with Spit Shot, even with double Spit Shot, I don't think they can win. Yeah, Cramorant VMAX is not strong enough against Volcanion apparently. So this deck is actually doing not too badly. Volcanion VMAX Rogue deck. Sorry, Volcanion V Rogue deck. There's no VMAX for Volcanion. Not yet. Let's hope, fingers crossed, there is one for the future. Because Zeraora actually got a VMAX. Let's hope it's a Rapid Strike. Zeraora is gonna get a VMAX. I'm seriously hoping a VSTAR, my bad. A VSTAR, not a VMAX. Is it gonna get a VMAX as well? I think it's actually gonna get both. We have Deoxys for VSTAR and VMAX. Zeraora is gonna get both. So Volcanion better be getting another single strike Pokemon, better be getting another one as well. We killed off the second Cramorant VMAX with our next Volcanion. Our only attacker actually, but we got another Volcanion ready to go for the next turn. We got Basin to set up the next one, so I don't think they stand a good chance at winning with a one-hit KO deck. They're setting up very slowly. They are attaching energies 2 or 3 cards at a time, and they need so much for that one VMAX to work. If it gets knocked out, they're gonna have to recharge all over again. They got Melanie though, but it's not gonna be enough though. It's just that 1 extra energy, so you need to keep using your Cryogonal, which is not a good deal if you ask me. Cryogonal Cramorant is outdated. Cryogonal for everything is basically outdated because it's just too slow. You never know though. You can't always find the perfect combo. You just need to be smart enough to find, you know, just the right combo. We actually did a mistake. We made a mistake here because we could do a Bird Keeper the next turn for double the effect. We could draw cards and switch to our Pikachu. But I was actually expecting a Marnie. I was prepared for a Marnie. Because every time I have both switch cards in my hand, they do a Marnie. So that's why I did a Escape Rope first. So now we're actually trapping ourselves, doing a Bird Keeper to draw cards, but having an active spot, having an active Pokemon that cannot retreat. I think we're just gonna retreat to our... We're gonna switch to Entei on the next turn, because they played a Sonia. Okay, they did Energy Search. They're playing Arceus with Dusknoir. We're gonna evolve first. We're gonna get our evolution card out, compress the deck, remove that evolution from the deck, and then we're gonna bench that one, obviously. Let's just Bird Keeper to the Entei without the energy, so we get to save the other one. Oh, we decided to Bird Keeper to that one. We're gonna charge up the Raichu. Are we gonna charge up the Raichu? I don't know. If we charge up the Volcanion, we can attack much easier. I don't think they can knock us out the next turn. If they do Trinity Nova, they can do 180 damage with double turbo. So we're gonna need a Bird Keeper though. It's actually kind of a waste to attach the active, but they didn't do a double turbo, so we got an extra turn. So I was actually gambling on them not playing a double turbo, because if they do that, we can't actually survive, right? We need 2 energies to attack with Dynamite Tackle, and it's already dead before we get to hit it with 250. They actually got the Brilliant Stars Chimicho. So Chimicho has Clear Tone attack, allowing you to search your deck for 2 special energies, put them into your hand, then shuffle your deck. which is quite an interesting attack. The new Special Energy Search. The new Chimicho, we have the old Vivid Voltage Chimicho to allow you to search your deck for a supporter and a Pokemon card, put them into your hand. Now we have the new one, a variation that allows you to search for special energies instead. Double Turbo, and your Horror Energy, whatever special, Rapid Strike Energy, Single Strike, Fusion Strike as well. But we got Elisa, we got Houndoom and Octillery for that. I don't think it works for the strikes. It's probably there for your Double Turbo, right? Or your Twin Energy. Twin Energy doesn't work for everything though. Okay, we're gonna Cynthia the next turn. If we get to discard enough cards from our hand, I don't think we can draw much with the Cynthia. We're forced to attack with Heat Tackle until we can do Dynamite. We're kind of stuck with a dead hand. We can't use Raichu just yet. 100 damage is not going to be enough. So both players are kind of stuck. They're playing Dusknoir though. They're playing a VSTAR, a VMAX, and a Dusknoir stage 2 with that support, that extra tiny silly little support Pokemon, that potential support, because if you get it early you can actually do it on your first turn. Clear Tone to get special energy cards into your hand if you can't do anything else, but you actually have to waste that energy card from your hand though. Waste the energy attachment to your Chimicho to search for 2 special energy. I don't think it's worth it. Unless if you do a energy switch or Raihan, because if they knock out your Chimicho, you're wasting that 1 energy. So they got Acerola with Skyla. They're gonna do the VMAX on the next turn. Clear Tone for Double Turbo. Horror Energy probably. Oh, they got Horror, no Double Turbo. Okay, we're gonna compress it. We're just gonna discard that one, my bad. Let's do Raichu. We should be doing Raichu this turn, right? But we can actually knock out the Chimicho. If we kill the Chimicho, we can collect a fast 1 prize. So let's get our first prize fast, and then deal with the VSTAR and the VMAX later. If we kill the Arceus with our Dynamite Tackle, we actually got 5 damage counters on it already. So we just need 1 Dynamite Tackle to kill it, and then the Mimikyu is gonna be a bit of a problem though. So what they can actually kill our Raichu this turn. If they kill Raichu, I'm gonna be quite sad because we need to place damage counters on our own Pokemon. I think we still need to play Raichu because we can't do Dynamite Tackle yet. It's not enough. 100 damage is not gonna do much. So Volcanion is not doing much. We have to be quite careful now. They can either choose to kill Entei or Raichu. I don't think they're gonna place any damage counters on Volcanion. They're probably gonna just Choice Belt Trinity Nova to kill out the Volcanion, right? They could play Zigzagoons as well, so I don't think that 1 cape is gonna help us that much. Unless if we get it at the right time. Occult numbers. What are they gonna kill? Are they gonna spread the damage? They actually killed Raichu. Oh my god. They killed Raichu. We can't use Big Sparking now. Okay, let's just do our quick ball. We're gonna discard our Fire Energy, Basin, and then get our Pikachu out. We're gonna do a lot this turn. We're gonna draw a lot of cards with our Cynthia, and then basically get our Raichu back up into the game while hitting the Mimikyu with 100 damage at a time. We just need 3 strikes with Volcanion to collect 3 prize. So if they are collecting 1 prize at a time with Mimikyu, we might as well do the same thing with our Volcanion. Unless if they heal their Pokemon, if they heal with like a Cheryl and a Double Turbo, they can actually do that for Mimikyu VMAX. So it is weak towards Dark type though, so if you have a Moltres, you can deal with the Mimikyu quite easily. Mimikyu is not really doing much. You get to play double turbo though. I guess that's the only plus side for Mimikyu. And it has the basic Pokemon that prevents damage done to it for an entire turn. So your on your opponent's next turn, you can't be damaged by anything. Okay, Fade to Black, confusing or active. We got a switch though. We get to do Raichu at long last. Way too late in the game, but that's fine. We actually collected one prize with Volcanion first. Thanks to our blunder, we actually made a huge mistake doing our escape rope too fast. So let's do a Marnie right now, because they got a super big hand with their Acerola. They got such a great hand. 8 cards in their hand, 9 on the next turn. So let's destroy their hand, big sparking, and then do our Entei later on. So we just need one more Magma Basin on our bench Volcanion. If they play a Stadium card, I'm gonna be quite sad. Fingers crossed they don't play a Stadium. If they kill Raichu at the same time as putting a Stadium into play, then we can't satisfy our damage counter condition. We need another 2 more. Not quite enough to do 250. Dynamite Tackle. 250 can kill anything though. It kills off the Arceus, it kills off the Mimikyu VMAX. So we just need 1 Entei and 1 Volcanion with 10 damage counters. Then we're good. But are we able to place the final remaining damage counters on Volcanion? That's the question. If we can't, then we are forced to do our Entei. They actually passed the turn, so we should be doing Basin this turn. If we do Basin now, it's going to help us a lot. So we got Ultra Ball for Basin. We're going to attach to Raichu for the retreat. And then Boss. We actually did a Boss this turn. So we're going to Basin to our Volcanion. We should have Basin to... Yeah, we made a mistake here. We should have Basin to the 8 damage counter one, but we actually chose to Basin to our Entei. Sorry guys. Oh, we have no choice, my bad. We have no choice about because we attached from our hand already. If we want to be doing a knockout this turn with Entei, they actually gave us that extra damage counters though with Fade to Black. So if we did 1 big sparking, it wasn't actually enough. It was thanks to the Duskull. Dusclops, my bad. Dusclops did 30 extra damage to our Volcanion, helping us do 30 extra damage with Angry Fang. So now we just need to kill off the Arceus, 2 more prize, or like 2 Duskulls. How are we gonna pull that off though? 150, if we can do a second 170. Nope, not enough. Okay. We have to Basin another time to the Volcanion. If we don't Basin, then we're going to be forced to play Raichu before doing our Volcanion. We got 2 Volcanions ready to go though. That means if we do Raichu, whichever one they knock out this turn, we can Raichu and then Volcanion for 250 damage, sealing the game, collecting our last 2 prize by killing a VSTAR. We got no more boss orders, so they better be passing the turn attacking with a VSTAR if we want to do that. Or we can just hit it with 100 damage twice. But they got Sharon though. If they play Sharon at just the right time, they can erase the damage counters from Arceus. If they bench another Arceus and then Trinity Nova, they can Sharon later on. So they did a escape rope. We're just gonna put forth our Volcanion. We should put forth an attacker though. We should definitely put forth an attacker, but they can quite easily switch back to the Arceus and kill off our Volcanion. So let's just prepare for that by putting the other Volcanion on the active spot. We just need to somehow get our Bird Keeper So if we do a research, I'm pretty sure we would get a Bird Keeper for the next turn. So we're actually forced to pause the turn doing nothing right now. We got 2 Bird Keepers left in the deck. So, oh my goodness, they conceded though. So that's all, I suppose. That's all for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. We'll see you next time. Have a great day and bye for now, lovely people. Enjoy your life.